5-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far. Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
We got three, fellas, we got three.
Now Johnson on 1st and 10. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he takes this in the red zone all the way inside Denver's 15. It's a big play there for Vegas. The previous play, big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're one play behind. You know, loaded up for the pass, they hit them with the run. Load up for the run, they hit them with the pass. They've got to get in sync.
Rolling to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
On 2nd down, Williams pushes him over. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Raiders nothing.
The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. This one swung out to Williams. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Now McManus for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Broncos 14, Raiders nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
2nd down, Jacobs once more. Dances by at the 20. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Johnson from the gun on 3rd down. And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and...
Looking to throw. Johnson. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They're firing a deep ball for Kmet, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Returning it, here's Hamler. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
Play action now. Mariota. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Trey Flowers. The tackle made back at his own 49.
Mariota from the gun on third down. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Throwing is Mariota. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Hamler now on the return. 54-yard punt, 14 on the return, nets him 40. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down there. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Colby Wadman now. This will be taken at the 13. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Johnson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Johnson now on 1st down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Following the interception here, Mariota. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Final play of the half here, Mariota. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the the 22-yard line. A huge play there for Denver.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magical elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
A gain of 4. It's now second.
6 yards left on second down. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 51 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
And they'll try the option on first and goal. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
At the 12-yard line.
Just like that. Just like that. 54.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. Taking it right down Broadway. The 40. The 20. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a big play there for the Broncos. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Mariota now. And he will find his man on the outside. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Jonathan Abram picks it. The 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. That's tough there, starting to mount a good drive. Quarterback lets his guard down for just a moment, and it's going to bite him.
Yeah, and I was just about to remark how controlled the game they were here in this 3rd quarter, but that return for 6 points, we now have a game again.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and the lead is down to a field goal.
The score, Broncos 17, Raiders 14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But with the strong safety position.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's 3rd and 7.
Off the play fake. Johnson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On first down, Pittman. He'll buy some time right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Not the first down play they wanted by any stretch of the imagination. An absolutely huge loss on the sack. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Mariota, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now. Right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. The busy night continues for Williams. And he's brought down, but not before he... He reaches the 8-yard line.
Tackle made by Jonathan Abram. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. That's caught left side by Jeudy. Touchdown! Jerry Jeudy, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. McManus's point after is good, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Raiders 17.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defense.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 44. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. Well, it doesn't matter where you put him, lined up in the backfield or split out like he was there. He can be a weapon when he gets that ball in his hands. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Looking to throw. Johnson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack. The Raiders on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be third and forever. Back to throw. Johnson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 13, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
118 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They run it again with Williams. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as good running gets him to about the 44. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball,